Another day, another ride. So I'm ready to go again, and because it's the last day of my stay in Albania, it's time for the ritual to add an extra flag sticker to Trixie. Hello dear viewer. This morning I discovered that yesterday's footage was shot with a narrow view angle. Unfortunately, that took away some of the beauty of the images. However, I won't be riding the stage again. When I arrived at the hotel, I was immediately approached by two employees. They wanted to show me the room first to let me decide if I liked it enough. Although it seemed a bit pushy to me at first, it turned out to be done with the best intentions. At that moment, I thought everything was fine and the room looked neat and clean, so as far as I was concerned, it was fine. I wasn't allowed to leave Trixie in the hotel parking lot, but had to put her right by the side entrance of the hotel, because there was video surveillance there and she will be behind the closed gate at night. It couldn't have been better. One of the employees has volunteered to be my personal carer, so that I really did not lack anything in terms of food and drink. Before I left, he wanted to take a picture with me. The evening meal with the leg of lamb was very tasty, and there was so much of it that I could not eat it all. Breakfast this morning was included in the price of €40 for the room. According to the website of the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the roads in Kosovo, except for the highways, are of a deplorable quality, and the advice is given to drive on the highways only, as much as possible. I'm following that advice today, and I'm therefore avoiding the main and secondary roads. Today I leave Albania behind me. I can only say that the first somewhat less positive impression of the country has been completely erased. The country has a lot of natural beauty, but above all the people I met were exceptionally nice, and that characterizes the population of the country for me. The distance to a campsite near Pristina, the main city of Kosovo, is not that great. About 120 kilometers, and according to Google Maps that takes 1.5 hours. Google Maps initially had problems indicating the correct exit at roundabouts, so I ended up on the wrong road twice. But then, you do see a bit more of the surroundings. Despite the fact that I rode almost exclusively on the highway today, it was not an unpleasant ride. The surrounding landscape offered sufficient variety and views. In addition, the highway, certainly in comparison to the Dutch highways, was relatively quiet in terms of traffic and the number of speed freaks was very limited today. At the border crossing there was only a Kosovo customs officer, who told me that I had to take out insurance for Trixie at an office a little further on. The minimum duration of this is 15 days, which is more than enough for me, and cost me €10, which is also not an insurmountable amount. A few times there were signs along the road indicating a petrol station, with drinking facilities and toilets. But the exit for this ended after about 10 meters. There was nothing. As I got closer to Pristina, the road became a bit busier, and in the suburb I had to pass through, there were roadworks, which meant that there were long grooves on a large part, which I don't like riding on. But I arrived at the campsite safe and sound.